Okay, so tell me a little bit about adaptive swimming. Um, like what is adaptive swimming look like compared to like regular swimming, if we could just start there.
So adaptive swimming is actually something that's been really near and dear to my heart. I have a son with special needs, but I've always been involved in adaptive swimming since I started in the early 90s. The big difference is that it's one-on-one instruction, and the kids all have their own challenges, and we go into it knowing that. And so our instructors are trained to look at what challenges the kiddos have to meet with, and we try to meet them where they're at and give them one-on-one instruction to improve in a way that makes sense for them.
Mm-hmm. That's cool.
Whereas our regular classes are like 8 kids to 1 teacher, and it's, we have expectations that the class follows what we're doing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. So tell me a little bit about what Madison Pool is doing to get more people with disabilities to take swim lessons. And
by offering the adaptive lessons, it does open up a door that hasn't necessarily been there. We have done special needs swim lessons in the past, but what we've changed recently in the past year is that we've added training to our instructors so that they have a better understanding of the disabilities that they're working with, and they go into it knowing how to change their approach. And to get more people in here, we've been adding more trained instructors and trying to add more classes where we can.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's great. So when it comes to teaching a person with a disability how to swim, what tools and strategies do you guys use to allow that person to swim based on whatever needs or conditions they may have? Because I would assume that each person with a disability is different, and yeah.
And that's in our name right there. The whole idea behind adaptive swim lessons is that we will adapt our methods to meet your needs. And so when it comes to teaching somebody with a disability or a different learning style, we try to find out where they're at. And we have various tools that we can use, such as weight belts or water belts to help with flotation. We've got we've got different styles of weight belts. Some can go around the leg, some can go around a waist, some can go around an arm. We've also got noodles that we can use, and several tools that we can use for kiddos that have different abilities. We do have one kiddo that doesn't have very good use of his right side, and so it's really hard to get a symmetrical stroke out of that. But what we're finding is that he can do a nice whip kick. So breaststroke is more suited for him than crawl stroke, and he's starting to have some success with that, and he's enjoying it. But the biggest thing that we're doing is just trying to find out where the kids are at and find tools that we've got that can help with that.
Mm-hmm. So my next question is, what are the stakeholders, not what, but who are the stakeholders involved in this process? Generally speaking, when it comes to swimming with a person, who has a disability, who are the stakeholders? The parents? Is it the swim teachers? Who are the key players, so to speak?
The key players are going to be the swim instructors and the kids. Like I said before, it is a one-on-one instruction setup. The parents can be there, but generally they sit in the bleachers, and we just work individually with the kids.
Mm-hmm. My next question is, what impact does adaptive swimming lessons have not only on the individual receiving those lessons, but the greater community?
For some of the kiddos, once they get the basic skills down, they're able to rejoin the group lessons. And so it actually is allowing for more integration between the folks with special needs and the rest of the population. And it's bringing more awareness that being different doesn't necessarily mean being wrong. And we're finding that we've got a more inclusive community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Lastly, how can adaptive swimming make a difference in the lives of people with disabilities? I know you've talked about that a bunch.
The big thing that we're aiming for is making everybody in the Seattle area water safe. We have a lot of water in our area. We live with a lot of lakes and the Puget Sound right near us. There's a lot of access to water. So it's important to us that we bring water safety to the community. And adding the adaptive lessons to our programming means that we're able to reach more people in a different community.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good.